This side quest should not have taken anywhere near as long as it should have, but unfortunately I ended up picking the wrong game at the start here, so it's taken me all the way up until this frickin' point to open this last little room up. You need Ho-Oh in your party, even. I don't know why I said inventory, but have him in your party. You don't have to have it up the front, but it can get you in here and net you a random few things, like a life orb. That is a fucking awesome item to find. An extra leper berry that I can plant if I could be asked if I can grow more berries at this point. A flame orb for triggering guts, I guess. And a toxic orb, if just in case you wanted to fit that onto Gligar, except I don't think poison heal is a thing in Gen 4. And so I'm actually not too sure if you need to go into these random rooms, because it just has these arbitrary like messages. And it just, yeah, and like each room takes you down there, and then you just go down that little hole and it takes you down to the main area of Ruins of Alph. But what the hell does this even say? We humans need to walk with them. We leave here for the sake of them. Okay? About as cryptic as you can expect from a Pokemon that is about as freaking sophisticated as any given civilization. There does not seem to be anything that's been triggered here. Okay, it looks like I'm going to have to go and look at all those messages again, so this is going to take a little bit longer than it should, but I guess then that means I've got, I don't know, I kind of want to get through these as quickly as possible so I have as much of Kanto that I can access by the end of Wednesday's segment, so I can get the bulk of the Meridian Sound stuff that I haven't gotten in the main region. Our clan engraved words in this place. Okay, there's that one. I've got to repel up, right? Well, not anymore, I don't, but that works, I guess. One of the other pathways, I think, is going to have to require me to go back through Union Cave, though, now that I think about it, because if I go this way, I can just go up here like that, and that's a piece of cake. Our clan created Pokemon statue outside. I thought we were playing an English freaking game, not Viet Crystal or some shit. It's not even Viet Crystal, because it would have said elf. And it probably would have said fuck somewhere, I don't know. That's kind of how Vietnamese Crystal works. But, yeah, there's the... where is the other one? I can turn all this stupid shit off. Yeah, there's the other one, which requires me to go through Union Cave once more. Very annoying, but I'm just gonna have to deal with it. Hopefully this won't take me too much longer. I'm not too sure if I'm gonna be catching the last two unknown on screen or not. I don't really see any reason to not do that. So, whatever. Might as well just roll with it that way. I'm just sort of winging it. This is a situation where you can't really rehearse segments, especially when they're like 30 minutes in length, because then to realize you have to do all that over again is just a bit... You don't want to be dealing with that shit. Beyond any sort of doubt, you don't want to be dealing with that shit. So, let's turn the running off so that I can walk around here. I also have to try to look up and see if any of the gym leaders can be called up on Tuesday afternoon, because this is around about that time now where I can, like, if a gym leader can be called up for a rematch, I might as well do it. They possess power to sense with mind and reject outside. Okay. Again, more crypticness. I don't much care for the crypticness, but whatever. So I've been and seen all four of the messages. So what happens now if I go back in? No, apparently not. Do I have to talk to someone in here? Stop with the freaking glitchiness. Okay, that's cool. That's cool, I guess. Yeah, I got them all. I also... wait, really? That I was not aware of. Yeah, they have in fact they've in fact redone the order. Good stuff. Anything else you want to tell me? That's cool, I guess. Alright, well, he's just told me about the 2 new forms of unknown, but what does that mean? Oh, it's triggered this. Okay, here we go. Our friends look up and heartily congratulate us. I think that's what it said. Alright, I believe that's everything I need to do to trigger these last 2 unknown forms to appear. Let's lead with... Actually, I'd rather lead with Bulbat. Hypnosis has been a bit more reliable in making contact with stuff. Alright, here we go. It looks like a thermometer, but it is in fact the exclamation point of unknown. And the fact that it's at level 5 implies that the levels here were just completely unchanged and just straight up ignored. Unless it was like impossible to mess around with the levels in this room or something like that, I'm not too sure. But there's the exclamation point. Now we just have to keep running until we find the question mark. You can go to sleep now, please. And that's it. Sped our way through that, but that's it. We have all 28 forms of unknown. And with those extra 2 in our possession, we can get the final reward here. I have absolutely no idea what this is. Let's hope it's actually something useful. 28 unknown, that's all of them. And gives you another Master Ball. I guess it's worth it. Well, I'm not going to say no to a second Master Ball. It means I get to catch 2 random fucking things that have, like, Memento or, like, Explosion or some shit. Shiny things in particular, obviously. Okay, so, let's go ahead and jump on in here. I'm not too sure what order the exclamation and question mark points are at, like, are supposed to show up in. It would make sense for it to be like this, because usually when you're like asking a question loudly, you put the question mark first and then the exclamation point. I can't quite remember though. I don't much care for it at all. So, point is, we've got the side quest out of the way. Put the Ho-Oh back where it belongs, in its nice little spot in the PC, in order to rot for all of eternity. I'm going to tell Jack to piss off, because I'm not interested in phone calls. I'm just interested in knocking this gym over. And then working out what I have access to beyond that. Because according to the locations list, I imagine like the locations list is showing like areas that you visit in a certain order. And it seems that like after Celadon, the next place on the list is Viridian. I'm not entirely sure if you can actually even get to Viridian after getting the 6th badge, unless that like Persian statue has disappeared or like you have access to Viridian Forest. Because at the moment it's just implied to me that Viridian Forest is the last place in Kanto that you explore, like aside from Route 28. So I'm not too sure how that's going to work out. But in the meantime, we don't have to worry too much about that for right now, because we've got a gym fight to win. And it is up in here. Right, now, this gym is exactly the same as it has always been, in which you just go through one of these teleporters and it takes you to one of the random rooms. As far as I'm aware though, only 4 of these 9 rooms actually contain trainers. I mean, this one contains just the random schmuck that tells you how to deal with psychic types, and then that one up there is where Sabrina is. So, I believe there's only 4 lackeys that we have to deal with here, and we're going to start with Turbodrum. who's currently holding the Lucky Egg, because I wanted to grind him up a couple levels so that he didn't have to worry too much about catching up. The question now is, first off, what was he holding before? And secondly, would it be a better idea to give him the Life Orb? I'm going to go ahead and give him the Life Orb because fuck it. The Life Orb is a move that is an item that increases the power of the holder's moves, but each hit that it makes costs it in the form of a few HP. I think it's like 1/16 or 1/8 or something like that. Like, they usually sort of sort it out like that. Anyhow, first Pokemon I'm fighting in here is something that is not actually weak to Shadow Ball. So in this case, it's just going to be a matter of Life Orb stat boosted Hydro Pump. And if this thing does not kill, I'm going to be very disappointed. Good stuff. Now, how much is that going to cost me here? That's 15, so that's actually about 10%. Yeah. It's going to be a bit of a thing for sweeping anyway, so I'm not going to fuss over it too much, because the next Pokemon I'm dealing with here is quite clearly weak to Hydro Pump, so it's going to cop one of those to the face. I don't know why I'm getting like a blocked nose for whatever reason, I don't know. Do I sound a bit more nasally? Feel like I do, just a touch. Whatever. Okay. Gardevoir. Might as well keep the sweep going, because the Shadow Ball should put this thing fair on its ass. Yeah. Kind of just demolishing shit here. I think we pretty much just have to get used to the fact that I am going to pretty much demolish any gym that I come across now, just because of the grinding that I did to get my, to get those two sets of starters up. Okay. Indeed it was, and then for some reason it got, like, overtaken. I'm not too sure what the go is with that. Like, if somebody, like, challenges the gym leader to, like, assume the position of new gym leader or something like that, I think that's basically what's happening with this weird freaking Pokemon League that's been set up on the Discord. I'm not too sure if that's still actually really going, because the Discord in question has basically been shut down. It can be brought back up at any time, it's just people just bitching too much, and like too much freaking people hating on each other and whatnot, and stupid shit like that. Wait, what? What exactly does Power Trick do? Okay. You can die now. Exactly what does Power Trick even do? Does it actually swap the stat boosts? Because if it did, it just went and freaking stole my bloody first Nasty Plot boost, in which case I'd be very pissed off at that, but apparently not. So I'm going to leave Bulbat in here, because even with a plus, I mean, assuming it's only a +2, I probably wouldn't have been able to put the Giraffe Rig on its ass. So, kind of just wreck that. And then, oh, okay. You sure? It's weird. Alright. Healing. Keep Talia up front. See what we're dealing with here. Metang. Alright. Assuming you don't have Levitate, which you don't, Earth Power will do a decent chunk. Rip. Good thing that's not a Metagross. I would have been disappointed if that was Metagross. I reckon I'd have been fine anyway. Sheer Cold is not happening. It is a one-hit KO move that has 30 accuracy. And it's been apparently nerfed in Gen 7. Apparently if you are not an Ice type, then it is only half as accurate. So, yay. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can't use it on Ice types. That would obviously make sense. But I think that was only a thing that was implemented in a more recent generation, because I am aware that Jish's Jinx in his Fire Red Omega LP got killed twice in one battle by a Sheer Cold, and that thing is Ice type, so I imagine the whole Ice immunity thing only got implemented in like maybe Gen 5 or some shit. I'm not too sure. Not quite what I'm looking for. I want to get up to that top corner and fight that last trainer. Yeah, here we go. Because I'm pretty sure that one right there, like underneath that wire, is the one I need to go to in order to get to Sabrina. Either that or it's one of the ones in that middle top room. Amnesia is plus special defense. Let me set up a mirror coat. Nope, it's just going to slack off, okay? Mirror coat. No. Mirror coat. No. Mirror coat. Thank you. And it didn't even fucking do jack shit. And it's got like another fucking thing up, so... Knowing that it was going to do slack off, it's just a matter of switching in and then sleep bombing it into the middle of Oblivion. There we go. Miss Magius, I'll definitely be picking... I'm actually not too sure if I'm going to be releasing the one I already have and picking one up from the place where you're actually supposed to pick it up. It would kind of make sense, but then again I made the exception to the rule for Ninjask, just so I could get a Shedinja. But I guess in that situation it was somewhat forced, but at the same time not really, because I could just go and get another Ninjask normally. But whatever. So that's all the lackeys dead. Is that going to take me to Sabrina? It is actually. Cool. I'm pretty decent at remembering like which teleport pads go where, but it's just a matter of trying to work out where exactly you want to go that's not just this place. But trying to work out who I want to lead with here. I will go with Floofin. I don't expect her lead to be that great in terms of physical defense, so maybe a Flare Blitz can put it on its ass. Save state. Uh-huh. Now let's see if she still sucks shit like she did like 2-3 years ago. Leads with the Gallade. Not too sure if Gallade can actually do anything that's super effective against Floofin. Possibly Stone Edge. I'll go with the Flare Blitz anyway, because that's going to do a lot of damage with Muscle Band. .5 minutes in. It should be about right. Gallade's rip and kill. That's got to be the level advantage there. I probably shouldn't be at such a high level, but it's not exactly like I can reverse that. I'm not too sure how Medicham is like with its special defense. It's going to get the fake out in though, which is a minor level of annoying, but whatever. I'm not too sure what the go is with having fake out there. Unless it's just like, if you know you can outspeed, just get a fake out in, make them flinch, and then hit it with something that you know a one shot. And it gets around like Focus Sash, it's sturdy and shit like that. But I don't think that that's really... I don't think that really justifies it, in my opinion. So... Hypno may have a poison move. It wouldn't surprise me if it does. Obviously it can get like poison gas. Everything can get toxic, but the amount of stuff that actually gets it is very, very minuscule. I'll put it to sleep. Okay, it's gonna actually stay awake because insomnia is a thing. Which means that I have let it get up a nasty plot. It doesn't have the speed to do it though, so it's gonna be more like a wall breaker. More than anything. So if I can get it weak, then I can just sort of... Okay. Or I could just forget that I have a level advantage, which is just that freaking substantial that I put a quite clearly physically defensive Pokemon fair on its ass. Alakazam. I could do with a bit of pace on this one. I don't want to use Kaiser. I'll go with Talia, and hopefully it'll fire off, like... I mean, I'm expecting to fire off some kind of special move. And I already know I'm outsped by this thing. So if this thing throws a... Oh, shit. Yeah, Calm Mind is not exactly what I was looking to get here. God, Focus Blast. Dead. Alright, that Calm Mind boost is not helping things, and the fact that Focus Blast is a thing means that Trap Tricks is going to die if it gets hit by one of those. I may need to send in something to serve as Death Fodder, or possibly even put it to sleep. This is the only thing that can outspeed the Alakazam in question. And it has failed to put it to sleep, and as a result has died. Right, that I kind of needed that hypnosis to miss. You really didn't have the right to do that. That special attack boost could put this thing over the rest of my team. Worst part is Kaiser as my special sweeper is not going to do anywhere near as much damage because the Calm Mind boosts the special defense. I guess I'll Floofin. Focus miss is always nice when it actually does in fact miss. This Flare Blitz needs to do a lot of damage. Alright, good. The sweep has been averted. That Focus Blast would have completely annihilated Floofin had it connected, and the sweep would have continued. And I believe that's her ace as well, so probably not as much stuff to worry about from here. Alright, 2 left. Mr. Mime, without speeds, it could probably put up a wall of some variety. I'm not going to do that because I've got Shadow Ball. Tanks it surprisingly well, actually. Gets up the nasty plot, but I'm outspeeding in this situation, so the Mr. Mime's not going to do anything. No threat, unfortunately. Could potentially have served a threat, but not in this case. Wobbuffet. If I was able to poison this thing, then that would be really, really lovely. What I can do, though, is I'll try once again to put it to sleep. Okay, that's good. So what I want to do is I want to Sword Stance up, and I want to get myself into a position where I can put this Wobbuffet clean on its ass. If it wakes up and uses Destiny Bond at any point, then that might be a bit problematic, but it has stayed asleep for as long as I would have liked it to. So a +6 attack crunch with stab boost should completely obliterate this thing. It's got a lot of health, but there you go. I pushed my attack as far as I possibly could, knowing that it had a whole bunch of HP to work with. And I was able to get over the top of it, get a nice juicy double cash stack, and get a nice shiny new badge. Great success. And I get the skill swap TM, is that what it is? Yeah. Uh-huh. Okay, so she seems to want me to go to the Seafoam Islands now. The question now is, what paths do I have to take to get there? I'm going to assume that I can go down Route 19 and 20. But I would also like to know if I can cut my way through Viridian Forest yet. And the only way to find that out is to fly over there and see if I can get through. Because if I can get through, which I can't, that's unfortunate. Can I go down this direction? Yes, I can. Okay. So I guess they were pretty accurate in saying that Viridian Forest is the next area in line to be explored. So there's Route 2. None of these cut trees are here anymore. That used to be a moonstone, if my memory serves me correctly. But looks like I can get down to Viridian City. Yep, with the greatest of ease. Good stuff. What's this? Is the trainer house? Yeah. If you go in there, you just randomly come across some random trainer that's got like the starters or some shit. There's the gym, which I can't get to until I've got the volcano badge. That schmuck. Not, I don't really have to get through to there, but what do you even do? Okay. Dream Eater TM. Not that anybody can really learn that, but if we go in this direction, this is Route 22. This is the only other place in the game where you can find Wild Politoed. Just as a random side note that I noticed while looking up the locations list for this sort of stuff. But if you go up here and go through here, we are back here at the little gate thing, and we can go to Victory Road, and then from there move on up to the Pokemon League if we so choose. But obviously we're not going to be needing to do that at this point. So just going to go ahead and backtrack. So obviously Viridian Forest is the last thing that I can access at this point. So I wonder now if I should push the next 10 minutes and just sort of go and do a whole bunch of exploring in 25 different areas. Yeah. I'm not too sure. I didn't expect to have quite this much availability. I could just go and catch some Pokemon, but I think the bulk of the Pokemon that I'm going to need to catch are going to be stuff that I come across with Meridian Sound tomorrow. I might as well, just because I can, go and have a look in here, because I like that background. That's a kind of a cool background. Let me go into Bulbat here, because if I look hard enough, I will come across, not Raticate, Mr. Mime. This is the only place in the game you can get Mr. Mime. So I'm going to go ahead and pick this up. If the thing can be nice and actually allow itself to be caught. There you go. So there's Mr. Mime, so I don't have to bloody show that one off. So I'm not too sure which direction I should go next. I might as well go south, because I think the intention here is to either go... I mean, obviously my goal is to go to Seafoam Island, since that's where the gym is at. But I need to stop by Cinnabar Island anyway. And I think what I'm going to do is, with these trainers, at some point in the future, I'm just going to do another long sped up section of me going through these water trainers. Because I couldn't be fucked doing them right now. I just want to get to these locations and just sort of trigger some random events and this, that, and the next thing. Because over there is Blue, otherwise known as Gary Motherfucking Oak. Lots of rock climb walls here. Not a whole lot we can do with that, and the only thing that remains alive in this place is just this random Pokemon Center. Because, yeah, Cinnabar Island, despite not appearing to have a volcano in any game, apparently did have a volcano, which erupted and destroyed the island. So... if we... You're right there, game. Okay. That was weird. Okay. White floaty thing. I'd rather have the black one. Thank you very much. Even before I'm called racist or some shit. I don't know. What is this? Grossly underleveled Tentacruel. Yeah, alright. Good thing she didn't turn in like a certain direction, because it would have been annoying if she noticed me. Okay, so this trainer looks like I'm going to have to fight her, but I'm not going to worry too much over that, because all she's got is a barrel, and so I can just sort of do that. Rip. And then if I can go sneak my way around that, that gets me into the Seafoam Islands, and I believe up here is the... yeah. This is the Cinnabar gym. There's Blaine in the middle. In the original Gold and Silver, this was literally just some random cavern. You couldn't actually explore Seafoam Islands at all. Instead, there was just some random little cavern with the schmuck that tells you how to deal with fire types and the gym leader himself. There were no lackeys. There was none of this random setup or anything like that. A lot of the cave areas in Kanto couldn't really be explored in Gold and Silver because they just got sort of shut off and whatnot. I'm probably going to go and do a bit of a speed. I'm probably going to add the trainers in here to the sped up stuff that I do later on, because yes, there are trainers down here, and they are actually like the skiers and stuff like that, but there's nothing remotely interesting about the Seafoam Islands aside from Articuno. And before anybody asks if you have to have all 16 badges, I will tell you right now that it's false. That is only true for Zapdos and Moltres. Articuno you can pick up at any time. So I might as well end this segment by going for a bit of a fish in here, and hopefully picking up the 2 Pokemon that I need to pick up here. Seeking obviously not being one of them. I think both of the Pokemon in question are like 5% encounters. It's been a while since I've checked the documentation. But one of them has in fact showed up. So here we have Gorobus, which I will go ahead and take a Hydro Pump from, and then miss 3 times in a row. Thank you! I put Hypnosis on a nice little pedestal, saying it was more reliable than Sleep Powder, and then it just misses 3 times in a row. Well done, numbnuts. So there's Gorobus. And if we keep going, we should also find Huntail. So we put this thing to sleep, hit it with an Air Slash, catch it, no, catch it. Thank you very much. That is it. That is every single Pokemon that can be caught with a fishing rod in Sacred Gold and Storm Silver. So we can put this dowsing machine back onto this slot 2, and we don't ever have to switch it out for anything else ever again. We've gone and caught everything. So, let's go ahead and take a quick peek at Route 19 now that the blockage has been removed. Also, this ground has not been flattened in the absolute slightest. I mean, that's assuming if you count these, but whatever. That's cool, I guess. Ugh. Whatever. Well, that's out of the way now, I suppose. But it doesn't look like there's anything else I can really do, because it's just a whole bunch of trainers, a whole bunch of exploring, a whole bunch more trainers. That's about it. So, nice little short segment, approaching 32 minutes. And not a whole lot of cutting out that I need to do. This is going to be a good segment to proof watch as far as I'm concerned. Alright, so I'm going to start the next segment. I'm not going to go after all the Meridian Sound stuff until after I'm done with the segment. So, I'm just going to start with a sped up section of me going through all of the trainers on routes 19, 20, 21, C5 Islands. I'm not going to go after Articuno now, because I've only got 14 belch. I've only got 14 Premier Balls. There's no real need for me to do that yet, so yeah, I guess I'll be going for a double gym segment next time, I guess, because I'll be doing Blaine, and then I'm going to be going straight up to Blue and triggering that, because I want to get access to all the Pastoral Sound, Meridian Sound stuff in Meridian Forest, so that's what you can expect next time, so I will see you for that.